not middle school, elementary.
Yeah, and you suck.
And I sucked? I used to be a goat at soccer. I don't know what you're talking
You're so
about.
get goaded with those passes sometimes, Kevin Cap. Yeah, they said
That's
fat
crazy.
retard falls over. This causes earthquake.
Yeah, but then it knocks down the goalie and gives you a wide open shot. See?
Breaking news. Fat retard 12-year-old cracks the ground open, causes the end of the world.
opens up hole to this core of the earth.
They would do that. They would do that, Loki. Said, hold on, let's put it what actually happened.
Opened up a black
Fat
hole.
retard. Fat retard falls, breaks ankle, while also breaking the heart of many people by killing their
No.
whole families with the incessant slam of
Also
his
breaks
body
world
weight on the
record for
ground.
largest earthquake and tsunami.
Childhood star turned fat retard.
Dude,
Breaks the Earth's crust, causes end of world. Moon is crashing on Earth in 2 days. More on the story next time. Fat retard falls over.
More on the story 2 days later.
2 days later, back again on news. Fat retard falls again. This time, the fall
Reverting the moon.
ignites a blast that awakens the dinosaurs within the Earth's core. And we're back in Jurassic days. Pterodactyl tried to steal Fat Retard, but when he picked him up, the pterodactyl's feet just ripped off,
Dude.
and then pterodactyl bled
Dude.
out. First pterodactyl killed by human.
The
in history.
dinosaurs woke up to getting blown up by the moon again.
Keeps going.
And then it was like the next day, it's like breaking news. Fat Retard strikes again. Fat Retard walking down the street when above peers a Giga. Fat Retard just looks at Giga, and then Giga tries to eat him. But
Fat Retard eats
Fat
the
Retard
Giga.
has so much fat on his body that Giga can't digest it and ends up dying from being too bloated. Retard makes it out without a scratch because of the high-tech blubber he has developed within the years of being a fat retard.
What happened to the moon coming to crash down into the
Breaking
earth?
news.
Though?
Moon starts to crash on planet, but NASA comes up with idea to slingshot fat retard at the moon.
Pulling the moon
Land
into
goes
its
through-
gravitational pull.
But the thing is, when he hits the moon, the bouncing, he goes straight through it and disintegrates it and flies into the sun,
Causing the sun to implode
seismic
and blow
slam
up
on the sun at 5,000 gigatons, causing sun to experience high radiation. And then the next one,
Dude, we should write these and turn them into novels, bro.
that
We'll make-
retard can be seen eating the surface of the sun, and now the world is going into a new found ice age.
Oh god.
Dude, the earth gets pulled into the gravitational pull of
Then
fat
the next
retard.
day, now that the moon has been gone for 2 days, the ocean is still, and all animals in the ocean have died, including sharks and whales.
Why wouldn't it include
If you
them?
look at telescope, you see fat retard. He's getting a little full and looks as if he might throw up. And then the next day,
The next day.
fat retard throws up 5,000 tons of sun surface minerals, and they are coming at Earth.
So dumb. Continue it.
Next week, NASA and Elon Musk team together to make a big magnet to pull Fat Retard in because when he was
Was
3,
magnetic.
he got stuck in the hardware store and ate all the magnets. So he
Why
has a
are there
really strong
magnets in a
magnetic pull to
hardware
him.
store?
So they pull in Fat Retard, and while he's flying back to Earth, he eats up all the sun particles that he threw up,
Dude,
and
is
then
this based
throws
on a
them up
true
back the other
story
way.
though?
But soon the sun will blow up and disintegrate the universe.
Wow.
Next
The
day,
universe, wow, that's a pretty big
Fat Retard
explosion.
gets hungry again, so he just eats Earth, and the sun
Killing
blows up.
everyone in it.
But his high-tech blubber is even stronger now. It blocks the heat from the sun and deflects it at every other known universe in the
You're so dumb.
galaxy,
But you gotta
and
confuse.
he throws it up again, and humans live in forever darkness and die because of the lack of power. And Fat Retard goes on his journey to find
A
the
new
Time
planet.
Stone and fight Galactus and Thanos.
Damn. Based on a
Wow.
true story.
Next month, he finds them. Thanos snaps him back, but he just eats Thanos' arm off and then swallows the Time Stone, goes back in time to that one time where he got a coupon for free Dairy Queen and then go eat some Dairy Queen. And then he dies from
Let's
cardiac arrest
go.
because his arteries stopped working because it was clogged with butter and champagne from his time in Rome.
Champagne, is that what you said? What about the expansion?
On the
Fat
next
retard
episode,
lives.
or the next day, when they go to bury him, they realize that he has too much radiation in his body. So if they bury him in the earth, the soil will become radiated and no more plants will be able to be grown all across the earth. So they flamethrower him because they can't cremate him because he won't fit.
That
And
is
then
flamethrowing him. Get away.
they get
That makes no sense.
350-meter long flamethrowers and then flame him.
But the radiation's still
And
gonna be
then
there.
they get a bunch of blow dryers and shoot the ass across the world. And then it becomes a nuclear fallout because of the ash.
Fallout 4.
And then Fallout 76 happens because the Chinese thought that America nuked them, but it was really just a fat retard. And then after that, super mutants come, and then the super mutants find fat retards dust particles and combine them together to make
Let's go.
Fat Retard the 12th. And with his powers, they eat the Chinese. And Fat Retard throws him up because it tasted like bat soup and he hates bat soup. So then he ate the Japanese and it tasted like A5 Wagyu.
Yes, sir.
He
Dude, that
left
brought
Earth,
back some Food Wars vibes.
and while jumping, he created a hole in the Gulf of Mexico,
The crater.
which many believe today to be the meteor that crashed on Earth during the dinosaur age. But really, if you look at the bottom, you can see his fat, wrinkly toes on the surface of the ocean that created the impact. And now he's floating across the cosmos with Albert Einstein and Tupac.
Nah, dude, I'm vibing in Cuba.
And many think Michael Jackson and Pop Smoke might even be there, which is rumored, but we don't know.
Wow.
Okay, that's that.
That
No,
was
you forgot about Fat Retard the Undying. The
12 years
expansion
later,
pack.
though, Fat Retard gets hungry and wants some chicken and dumplings. But in the solar system he created, with all his throw up molecules. They don't make that because they're not developed enough. So he uses his technique of blowing air through his behind to fly across the universe back to
Let's
Earth,
go.
and then meets up with Jeremy because Jeremy knows a good place to get chicken and dumplings,
I've literally never had chicken and dumplings.
and then they eat it. But then Jeremy challenges him to a match of spike ball, and they each get to choose their teammates. So Fat Retard picks the best player in the world, but then Jeremy picks me, but there's only one Arion, so Fat Retard had to pick the second best player in the world, which is
You're so dumb.
some Australian dude. So then they play a match, and Nate is watching, and then
He gets mad.
Jeremy
because
really
they're not
has to use the
passing.
bathroom, so he uses it, and then Arion dove for it one time, and then Jeremy didn't dive,
Shut up, bro.
and then
You're
Fat
so
Retard
dumb.
dives, but when he dives, he creates a hole that leads to the center of the earth, but then he closes it again, and then Arion and Jeremy win, and the
Let's
deal was that Jeremy
go.
gets to eat Fat Retard and gain his powers, the strongest in the universe. So then Jeremy eats him with some salt, pepper, and cayenne,
Mhm.
and a little bit of paprika, and then Arion gets to eat the leftover wagyu from a few months back, and then
Nice.
they chop him up and make some fried rice with them, and
Fried
then
rice is disgusting.
they divide it across the earth, and
Stopping world hunger.
world hunger is no longer an issue, and they purify his pee so everyone has water, and they secretly find out that he had over 2 million space V-Bucks in his stomach that he ate on accident because he thought it was candy money, but it was actually real money. And then they hit up the aliens, and then they buy 3 other universes, and then start slave labor,
Yes, sir.
and
Boy,
then
should be.
send all the weird Ethiopians there, and then they farm some Coca-Cola and cocoa beans, and then the end.
No,
Dude,
you forgot
that
about the
was-
part where it made it mandatory for women to know the grapefruit technique.
That
And
was
then-
11 minutes long.
And then it was actually a fake ending because the real ending, Fat Retard never really died. He's all far away in the universe where he just gained so much mass that he cut himself in half and regrew and sent his other half to go fight Jeremy to the death, not expecting Jeremy to win. But secretly, Jeremy doesn't know that Arion is the real leader with power and uses his mind control abilities to influence Jeremy's decisions in life, and is working with Fat Retard to have a pyramid scheme against the Japanese. And then Arion got a coffee crisp from World Market, so then he was gonna eat it, but then Fat Retard wanted it, so then he split it with him, but then Jeremy didn't get one. So then Arion drove to the store and bought Jeremy one, but then put peanut butter in it, and Jeremy's allergic to peanut butter. So then Jeremy dies, and then Nate tries to eat his body, but then Nate dies too, and then Arion is rich, and then buys a bunch of FIFA points. Then he packs Neymar, and then he accidentally quick sells him, So then he has to pack again. But then he packs Ronaldo. But he hates Ronaldo. So he sold him and bought Neymar. And then and then and then Arion is walking and he sees Michael. So then they're walking and then they see Pablo. So they fight Pablo for his lady, and then we win. And I let Michael have her. And then I dip back home. And then I play FIFA for a bit. And I get gold 3 in squad battles. And then I go home and sleep at the end.
Chapter 6.
That was
And
14
Jeremy
the
fucks
minutes.
next
him on.
chapter,
Oh my god.
Arion's playing Escape from Tarkov. And Fat Retard hits him up on Discord, asking if he wants to play. But Fat Retard doesn't have a good computer. So Arion has to give him his old RAM. Give him RAM and the new graphics card I forgot the name of. And then they played Escape from Tarkov. And then he teaches him how to play Osu. But then Michael plays Osu too. So then him and Fat Retard become homies. But then Fat Retard comes back to Earth because he developed time warping capabilities. And then they go bodies in the bathroom because Fat Retard was talking about Arion's dog. Said his hair looked stupid. So Arion went bodies with him, and Arion broke his jaw with one swing of the wrist. Even though Fat Retard is 500 million times Arion's size. But Arion's just built different. He won that fight. And then after they shake it off and become homies. Because they don't fight like girls. Become homies after. And then for a condolence prize, Fat Retard buys Arion some Tropical Rain G Fuel. And then Arion drinks it. And then goes to the gym and benches 2 plates. And then they see Lemon. And she looks mad stupid. So Fat Retard goes over there and flicks her head off. And then after that, Fasule comes back.
No, dude.
And then, because she can sense the power of Fat Retard and Arion combined. But then her dad rolls up on me. I go bodies with him. He broke my nose, but then he didn't know I had brass knuckles on. So I accidentally break all his teeth out. And then I take his wife and sell her to the Brazilian mafia.
That's not okay.
$12 million. And then with Fasule, she was like, "Wow, you're so cool." And I said, "Yup." And then I threw my chancla at her head, and it gave her flashbacks to when she was 2, and she died from a heart attack. So then I give her dead body to Nate and tell him to do as he pleases. And then I go to Europe, and I go to Germany and eat a bunch of Wiener Schnitzels. And then secretly all along, Nate thought he was Fat Retard, but Nate's really small retard.
Short retard.
And then when Arion's back in America, he buys some new slippers, but then they don't fit. So then my mom goes to Kohl's to return them, and they don't have them at La Quinta Kohl's. So now I gotta go to PD Kohl's. No, that's the next chapter, dude. Don't spoil it.
To be continued.
Okay, at the end. That's the end.